When we think of pirates, we often imagine characters like Captain Hook or Captain Jack Sparrow from the movies. But what if we told you there was a pirate even better than these fictional characters? A pirate so successful, he had probably won the contest for plundering ships. Yes, we're talking about the true Pirate King, Bartholomew Roberts, aka Black Bart. Welcome back to Nautical Depths. Get ready for another deep dive because today we're exploring the legendary figure of maritime history. Roberts was born in 1682 in a region of southwest Wales. His birth name was John, and his parents owned a farm in that region. John spent his early years helping on the farm and spent his childhood like a normal kid. At just 13, he left home due to some unknown reasons to work on ships. He started his career as a merchant seaman. By 1718, John became the second mate on the Princess of London, a ship that carried enslaved people from Africa to Britain. Then, in February 1720, a pirate ship led by Howell Davis raided and successfully captured John's ship. During this event, our boy either willingly joined the pirates or was taken against his will. As for Davis, he met his end in a clash with a Portuguese ship off the West African coast. Even though John was on the ship for only 6 weeks, the crew chose him as their new captain. His first command was to raid the town connected to the Portuguese ship's departure. The fort on the island of Princes got damaged, and the nearby town was burned completely. It was the dawn of a pirate's story, and as events unfolded, he would earn the infamous title of Black Bart. Now a pirate captain, John changed his first name to Bartholomew to confuse the British authorities. He also got the nickname Black Bart. Why? Well, it's not so clear. Some say it's because his skin got dark from all those years at sea. Others think it's because of how ruthless he was as a pirate. After a run-in with a Dutch ship, he ordered the crew's ears cut off if they didn't tell him what he wanted to know. After crossing the Atlantic Ocean, Roberts and his mates took a break on a quiet island called Ferdinando. There they fixed up their ship, and after about a wait of 9 weeks by the Brazilian coast, they finally decided to go to the West Indies. However, when they were about to leave for the West Indies, they stumbled upon a fleet of 42 Portuguese ships in Todos os Santos Bay. All these ships were bound for Lisbon and were loaded with a lot of gold, silver, and gemstones. Now, Roberts, being the daring captain he was, grabbed one of those ships and asked the captain to point out the richest one. They set their eyes on Sagrada Familia, a ship carrying loads of gold, fancy jewelry for the King of Portugal, and a cross sparkling with diamonds. After looting the ships, they sailed to Devil's Island near Guinea to enjoy their loot. But here's where the story takes a twist. Roberts left Walter Kennedy in charge while he went after another ship along with some other men. When he came back, his main ship, Rover, and most of the treasure was gone. But our pirate crew didn't give up. They renamed their remaining ship Fortune and promised on the Bible to follow some new rules, kind of like a pirate code. In February 1720, they teamed up with a French pirate named Montigny and his ship, Sea King. Now, the people of Barbados had reached their limit with these pirates. They sent out 2 warships, Somerset and Philippa, to put an end to this pirate trouble. There was a big showdown on February 26th. Sea King ran away, and Fortune got a bit banged up but managed to escape. Roberts, looking to fix his ship, sailed to Dominica. Due to that fierce battle, he lost 20 crew members on the way. But he was mad and wanted revenge against Barbados and Martinique. To show he meant business, he had a new flag made which had a drawing of himself, a flaming sword, and he was standing on 2 skulls labeled ABH, a Barbadian's head, and AMH, a Martiniquean's head. After that, in his new ship, Fortune, he sailed north to Newfoundland. There he caused chaos in places like Canso, Nova Scotia, and seizing ships around Cape Breton and the Newfoundland banks. Roberts raided Ferryland, capturing 12 vessels in a single attack. On June 21st, he attacked Trepassey and captured 22 merchant ships. and 150 fishing ships. Panic-stricken captains abandoned their vessels, and Trepassey followed under pirate control without a fight. Although Roberts captured all 22 merchant ships, he was angered by the captain's cowardice. Each morning he fired a gun, forcing absent captains to attend or face ship-burning threats. In July, Roberts captured 9 or 10 French ships, upgrading one with 26 cannons and renaming her Good Fortune. With his stronger ship, his crew captured more vessels, heading south for the West Indies to spread more chaos. By spring 1721, Roberts almost halted West Indies' seaborne trade. In late April, Roberts reached the Cape Verde Islands. His ship landed on the Guinea coast in early June, near the Senegal River. Chased by 2 French ships, he captured both, a 10-gun and a 16-gun ship. They took control, naming one Ranger and the other Little Ranger. After that, he then sailed to Sierra Leone by June 12th. On August 8th, Roberts captured 2 large ships at Point Sesto in Liberia, including the frigate Onslow, carrying soldiers. Some soldiers joined the pirates but received only a quarter of a pirate's pay. Onslow became the 4th Royal Fortune. In November and December, the pirates cared for their ships at Cape Lopez and relaxed at Annobon. In January 1722, they captured several vessels, then sailed into Ouida Harbor with black flags. The 11 anchored ships were captured by Robert and his crew, but were returned after their owners paid 8 pounds of gold dust per ship. One ship's master refused, so Roberts and his crew set the ship on fire. The burned vessel carried around 80 enslaved Africans on the burning ship who perished from the fire. On February 5th, 1722, Captain Chalonger Ogle of HMS Swallow discovered the pirate ships Royal Fortune, Ranger, and Little Ranger at Cape Lopez. Swallow pretended to be a merchant ship by veering away to avoid a battle. Some say Ogle did this as a trick, making the pirates believe Swallow was fleeing. On February 10, Swallow returned to Cape Lopez and found Royal Fortune there. The day before, Roberts had captured Neptune. Many crew members were drunk and unfit for duty. Initially, the pirates thought the approaching ship was Ranger returning, but a Swallow deserter recognized her. The deserter informed Roberts while he was having breakfast with Captain Hill, the master of Neptune. Before the fight, as was his custom, Roberts dressed in his finest clothes before joining the fight. The pirates planned to sail past Swallow, risking one broadside exposure. However, the helmsman misjudged Royal Fortune's course, and Swallow approached for a second broadside. Captain Roberts was killed by grape shot to the throat while on deck. Following Roberts' wish to be buried at sea with all his belongings, the crew weighted his body and threw it overboard, wrapped in the ship's sail. It was never recovered. Roberts' death shocked the pirate and Royal Navy communities. Local merchants and civilians had believed him invincible, and some even considered him a hero. In the turbulent seas of history, the legend of Black Bart Roberts came to an end on that fateful day. His crimson attire marked the final chapter of a pirate who defied the odds. As his body disappeared into the depths, so did the era of a pirate who had struck fear into the hearts of many. So, if you like this video, then subscribe to Nautical Depths and hit the bell icon to stay updated with new arrivals.